Welcome back, fellas. I've been expecting your arrival. And in today's video, I will be doing an iceberg. I feel like most people already know what an iceberg video is, but let me break it down for you. An iceberg starts in the sky, where the information is widely well known and is argumented frequently. Below the surface is where information is slowly less well known, until it's so niche that there's very little information or just no one really knows what the hell you're talking about. I got this iceberg from Reddit in the r/iceberg charts that I searched up on Google. Shout out to the guy who made the iceberg in the first place. This just makes my life easier. I'm just gonna provide the information about each topic. And no, I am not a Redditor. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It would only help out the channel. And with all that begging out of the way and hoping I'm not forgetting anything important, let us begin. Starting off in the sky, we have tomatoes are fruits. This comes from whether people agree on if tomatoes are a fruit or a vegetable. Technically, tomatoes are a fruit because they have seeds in them. They're kind of like berries in the sense of how they're grown normally. Nutritionists consider tomatoes as vegetables because they're cooked and eaten like vegetables, which is pretty interesting. But botanically, tomatoes are considered fruits. Carrots were originally purple. Yeah, this is true. Carrots were actually purple, but due to selective breeding, carrots are now orange in modern day. Carrots also used to be white and yellow, including purple. Kind of like how corn from around the world looks like. You're gonna hear more about selective breeding because it is important for the later tiers. For example, modern day oranges were created by human intervention, specifically combining the pomelo and mandarins. Apples float in water. This is a kind of weird and random topic to have, but yes, apples do generally float in water. This is due to apples being 25% air within the apple's structure. This makes the apples less dense than water, making them float. There's not that many fruits that can float either, so theoretically, you can make an apple boat. Honey never spoils. This one is true. Well, store-bought honey with an expiration date is gonna expire, but pure honey doesn't. If stored properly, pure honey is safe to keep for hundreds of years. The honey might crystallize over time, but that doesn't mean it's gone bad. It can always return to its liquid state with a little bit of heat. There's multiple reasons why honey doesn't expire. For example, honey is primarily sugar with a very low water content, which makes it difficult to harbor bacteria and grow mold. Honey is naturally acidic, further inhibiting microbial growth, and honey contains hydrogen peroxide, which acts like a natural preservative. Very interesting. Chocolate was once used as a currency. This one is true as well. Back in the Mayans era, cacao beans were used kind of like modern day money is to us today. Cacao was also used for gifts and also seen as gifts from the gods. Cacao was also used medicinally and ceremonially. Pineapple takes 2 years to grow. Technically, this is true. Usually a pineapple by itself would take only 11 months to grow if the plant is already there. But usually the plant also dies when the pineapple is grown. So yeah, growing a pineapple from the very start of the plant's life does take about 2 years. Bananas are berries. This can be interpreted in many ways. There's those common berries we all know, like blackberries, cherries, etc. Then there's botanical berries, which is where bananas would fall into. Other fruits like pumpkins and watermelon are botanically berries, but no one ever called them berries. Carmine is made from insects. I don't know what carmine is, but it's pretty much a main ingredient in red dye. But yes, carmine is made by grinding up dried up bugs into a powder. When I first read carmine is made from insects, I thought the bugs would have made the red dye by pooping it out or something. But no, you're just grinding the dead bugs into powder. Very interesting. Potatoes were the first food grown in space. In October 1995, the potato became the first vegetable to be grown in space. This was not the first plant to be grown in space though, just the first edible option. World's most expensive coffee is made from animal poop. Kopi Luwak is the world's most expensive and exclusive coffee. The main factor of its high price is the uncommon method of production. It is produced from coffee beans, which have been partially digested by the Indonesian palm civet and then excreted. I heard it tastes pretty good though. Peppers get hotter as they ripen. Most hot peppers usually get hotter the more they ripen. They also can change colors. Unripe peppers are less spicy, have less flavor, and are less sweet than ripe peppers. Cashews are seeds. Just like the banana or berries topic, cashews are botanically considered seeds, but everyone just calls them nuts. What I find more interesting is this is how the plant looks like when they're growing the cashews. That's very cool. But my favorite nuts is almonds. Figs can have dead wasps. I mean, yeah, this is true, but dead bugs can be found in every fruit. Wasps being in figs isn't an exclusive fig sting. And no, the crunchy bits inside a fig aren't dead wasps. Illegal cheeses in the US. In the US, soft cheeses like Gruyere and soft curd cheese and cheese in water, ricotta, feta, etc. are not. At least in some states. The cheeses can be banned because of them being unpasteurized, which can harbor deadly bacteria and pathogens. Maybe this topic is talking about something else, but I'm not really too sure. Nutmeg is poisonous in large doses. 2 tablespoons of ground nutmeg, 1 to 3 whole nutmegs, or 5 grams of powdered nutmeg may cause clinical signs of hallucinations, nausea, and severe emesis. But no one ever uses that amount of nutmeg, so you'll usually be fine. Cucumbers are 95% water. No, this is not true. They're actually about 96%. That's the highest water content of any food. They're also low in calories and a good source of vitamins and fiber. This topic is pretty well known, so I don't know why it's down in the deep end, but let's just roll with it. Huh? Hello?
Hey, my name is Rick and Morty from the famous
Rick? What are you doing here?
And long-running TV show Rick.
Dude, get out of my room.
Morty
You're drunk
appearing
again.
On Adult Swim. I want you to like and subscribe if you've been enjoying the video so far. Morty, tell them to subscribe, Morty.
Well, you heard Rick. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. Ketchup was once a medicine. In the 1830s, ketchup was sold as a medicine that could cure ailments like diarrhea, indigestion, and jaundice. I don't think it worked that well, which is why they were being put on burgers and hot dogs after. Durian smells like rotten flesh. No, durian doesn't smell like rotten flesh. It might smell rancid to some people, but rotten flesh is definitely an overreaction. Durian probably smells like Decker though. Lobsters were once prison food. Back in the day, lobsters were considered poor people food, but in prisons back then, lobsters were barely considered food because when lobsters died, they would wash up on shore and smell absolutely horrible, which is what they fed to the prisoners. First breakfast cereal was eaten cold. I don't even know what the hell this even means. Wouldn't all cereal be cold because you're eating it with milk? Maybe they're talking about how the OG cereal was only eaten after letting it sit overnight? I'm not really too sure, but other than that, I don't know what this topic is talking about.
Warning, entering ecological dead zone. Adding report to databank.
Vanilla flavoring can come from beaver anal glands. Not exactly the anal glands, but located close to the anal glands is the castrium. A secretion from a beaver's castor sacs has a musky scent and has been used in the past. Thankfully, it's not a common ingredient in modern vanilla flavoring. Now, modern day vanilla flavoring comes from vanilla beans. Artificial raspberry flavoring has castrium. This is just like the vanilla topic we just talked about. Raspberry flavoring also used to use castrium, but in modern day, not anymore, or extremely rare cases. So you don't really have to worry about eating beaver anal glands. Casu marzu cheese is fermented with live maggots. I've talked about this cheese many times before, so I'll do a quick rundown for anyone who doesn't know. It's a cheese that's left out for months, and while it's fermenting, cheese flies will lay their larvae into the cheese, where the larva would poop out the cheese they eat, which gives it that creamy texture. Casu marzu is pretty much just dead larva and poop with some cheese. Very delicious. There's a fruit that tastes like chocolate pudding. The black sapote is the fruit often referred to as the chocolate pudding fruit due to its creamy pudding-like texture and sweet chocolate-like flavor when ripe. Black sapote is pretty good in carbohydrates and vitamin A. Pretty neat. Unfortunately, I can't find a lot of information about this fruit, so I would have put this in a C tier on the fruit tier list video. Bird's nest soup is made from saliva. Edible bird's nests are a delicacy primarily consumed in Chinese cuisine, made from the nests of swiftlets, which are a bird that built their nests from solidified saliva. These nests are harvested for their nutritional and medicinal properties. I'm giving you a quick warning just in case you're eating something. This is what it looks like. Kind of like a gelatin consistency, but it looks hard. Hackrow is fermented shark. I've also talked about hackrow before. Hackrow is a traditional Icelandic food consisting of fermented shark, primarily Greenland shark or other sleeper sharks. It's known for its strong, ammonia-rich smell and unique taste, making it an acquired delicacy. The shark is cured through a fermentation process which removes toxins and then hung to dry for several months. Here's a video of someone trying hackrow. I'll let it speak for itself. Not good. Casu marzu is banned. Again with the casu marzu. But yes, it's banned in certain hotels, planes, and banned in European Union and the United States. So not that many places. But it is still eaten and produced in Sardinia using the black market. Ortolan bunting is eaten whole. And finally, we have reached the bottom of the void. This final topic is about the ortolan bunting, as most people would call it. Ortolan is a type of bird. It looks like this. In France, this cuisine is they eat the entire bird whole, including the bones. Thankfully, the bird is already dead for this process. The ortolan bunting, a small songbird, is captured, blinded, and then kept in a cage where it's force-fed to fatten it up. And then it's killed by drowning it in Armagnac. Don't know how to pronounce that. It's definitely a dark tradition to be putting these little birds through. Well, that's all for today, fellas. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you learned something new, make sure to like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. This iceberg wasn't a very big one, so if you want to see me do this again, but on a larger scale, let me know and I'll do it. I feel like I'm forgetting something for the outro, so bye.